That's my hair.
Welcome.
What does this look like? Does it look like a surfboard?
Oh, really? We're going to just start with mocking me?
Just opening.
You know what? That's the Vergecast for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. We got a lot of great stuff planned. I had such a great intro. I was all set to do.
Is this on? We're live. We're live. Okay.
Hey,
we're live.
and welcome to the Vergecast.
This is not like professional TV.
CES 2014, Wednesday night. I'm Josh Topolsky.
I'm Nilay Patel.
And we got
A special guest.
a special guest.
Hello.
What is going on with this? I'm out here, floating out here. These guys are close together. You had me move.
Where you
What
going?
was the point? Yeah, cheat
I can
out.
break that?
Cheat out. That's very
Yeah.
good.
I broke something.
Joanna knows how to cheat out.
This is a fancy set.
Anyhow, this is the Vergecast.
the
It's
fancy
CES day
2,
three.
3,
Three.
5.
It's been, wait, Monday was an official day or not an official day?
No. Yesterday was 1. This is 2.
Let's just put it this way. We've been at CES a long time.
I've been drinking.
And nobody knows what day it's supposed to be. But we're having a great time. We're living, we're laughing, we're loving.
Stern is here.
And Joanna Stern,
Being stern.
Wall Street Journal reporter, Joanna Stern,
Columnist, actually.
sure, whatever you
Columnist?
say.
Columnist,
Wall Street
yes.
Journal, Wall Street Journal columnist.
Yes, it's a small edit.
Joanna Stern is here. Joanna, welcome.
It's great to be here.
Things are really crazy for you right now.
Yeah,
You just got a new position,
I did.
heading up the tech coverage, the Wall Street Journal. You just recently got engaged.
I did.
What's next for Joanna Stern?
When are you having a baby?
Oh wow, you just went right there.
That's what everybody's asking
slid
me.
right into it.
I believe you forgot when I had a baby a couple of seconds
Hello,
ago.
hello.
Yeah.
Can we bring that footage up?
Can we get the footage of the baby?
Yeah, we need that
Oh,
footage
sure.
of the baby.
I was going to say the
ASAP.
baby's name is Vlad.
The
but
footage of her having a baby at CES. Can we
Can
run
we have that?
clip?
And also the stroller, we'll need that up as well.
I mean, that's the next one. If we were going to do the Barbara Walters emotional, there's
Excuse
been a
me?
lot of changes.
Can you guys please pull that
There's
up?
going to be a lot of,
Do we have that?
I'm actually really not even hooked up.
You're just wearing. You're just wearing. I can't. You can't even see it. Is it actually in your ear?
Oh yes, it's in my ear.
What's the point?
Why?
Because
aware
you
of the
guys
fact that-
had all these official things and I didn't have anything, so I asked to have this.
Speaking. Oh my God. Here it is.
Here it
How did we
is.
find
Oh,
this?
God, why did you have
Yes.
Thomas Ricker's baby?
It's like a weird,
There's
oh
my
God.
baby.
Why did we get that
Does- I
so
guess it-
Oh
Baby,
my
that baby
God,
does
my
look-
hair was so long.
That baby does
It
look a
was.
little bit like Nilay
Man, I
Patel.
really like that. I still
guys-
have that shirt.
Oh my
Both
God.
of you look so happy.
Was this year one?
What are you
This is your
doing?
one. That's my baby.
Oh,
I had to
this
take-
thing's
you
so
can't-
cool. I'm getting one of these.
You couldn't close the stroller with the baby inside it. It's not safe.
Why
You
would
wouldn't
you?
do
Why
it.
would you? Nobody closes a stroller with a baby inside of it.
No, and that stroller in particular had a weight sensor. And
Look at how far we've come.
The baby was
you know
still
what? You know
in
what I
there.
think about this? Look how far we've come. Now we have we have steps that have two sides to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
true.
I mean we really have.
We've done a lot there. Also,
have.
our rap is way better this
Our
year.
rap is way. It's a hard. It's a.
It's paint. It's like paint. It's like
No,
weird.
it doesn't matter. I don't know what it is.
It's like a lacquer?
Let me tell you what's going on right
Lacquer
now in
wrap?
the Verge trailer. Can I just talk about this for a second?
Yeah.
It smells like man.
First
It
off, we
does.
have a lot of female. There are a lot of female members of the
Yes,
team.
there
Okay,
are.
don't be bringing this.
No, but
this
no, it doesn't matter. It
newfangled
doesn't matter the ratio.
sexism.
Here's what I know. Here's
I know
what
that you work for the Wall Street Journal
here's
now,
what
where
I
there's
know
an
in life.
even ratio
it doesn't
of men and
matter
women.
how much you can
The
be committed.
men will overpower
Yes.
with their
you can have
smell.
one dude and 500 ladies. You lock that
Yeah.
dude in a room alone. It's just going to
That's
smell
because
like
men
Thank you.
are at the top. We're the best.
Of the
women
smell.
are
Of the smelly chain.
and women are
yes.
just off to the side.
Of the
Who are the
yes.
smelliest of types?
Yes.
Anyhow,
Men.
Okay.
we got a burger bar over there. We got all the fixins. It's like a Hardee's.
Yeah.
It is incredible. So
It
I hope
is,
that after
actually.
this we can all go
I
and
ate all
have
your French fries.
We can all go and have a hamburger. They got veggie
French
burgers.
fries?
Yeah, sweet
They were
potato
sweet
fries.
potato fries.
Hey.
Yeah.
Actually, they're not coming. There's no more coming.
Oh, that's really
What do you
disappointing.
mean?
The man who brought them said there's no more sweet potato fries.
There is like literally 50 pounds of sweet potato fries over
He brought
there.
them. He brought more.
There's a huge vat of sweet potato fries. There are not enough sweet potato fries for
I
you
felt
over there.
badly.
Anyhow, this is the Vergecast where we discuss the week in technology and technology-related items.
Actually, it's
Previously
actually
recorded.
just the day.
Cultural
This is
subjects.
not previously recorded.
Can we put that up
That was
again?
an error. That was. I just saw it in
What was
control
that?
room. I found an error.
What was that? Where did we? I don't even know that we have a previously recorded.
You did find an error.
What are we like?
What, are you plugged in now?
No, I'm not. I heard him over there. You guys don't need these. They're right there.
I gotta say, I'm happy the way things worked out. I forgot, but I think this is really. For the
I agree.
best.
Okay,
I think
let's-
it's
Wait, can I just point out?
Let's move to-
Your claim is that I don't need this because they're right there, but you're wearing it just not plugged in.
Right, because to look official.
Yeah, you look like
To work
Secret
for
Service.
ABC News.
Okay.
Speaking of official.
Speaking of trolls,
Oh,
let's
wow.
talk about John
Yeah,
Legere.
No, let's talk about ABC News. Why did you leave? It seems like.
Oh my
it seemed
God.
like You left the Verge to go to ABC News. Seemed like things were going to be great, and now you're on to the next thing.
This is a great opportunity.
You can't stop moving. When are you going to settle down?
When I'm at the top. And that's where I am.
Rupert Murdoch, you heard it here first. She's coming for you in the night. You're a dead man.
You should read Hatching Twitter. That's what happened.
I just saw Nick Bilton.
Did you read
Just
that?
saw Nick, yeah. Great
great
guy.
book.
Great guy. Was going to gamble. And if he wins, I told him to put 20 down for me.
Yeah.
This could be a big night for me.
Yeah, well,
By the way, I was tweeted for $1,000 you can get a MacBook Air instead of a baby.
that's probably
All
true.
right, so Joanna, let's get
Depends
real.
on where you're getting it.
We're at CES.
Depends on where you're getting the baby. Is that what you just said?
She's looked into it. Okay.
Eli, no one needs to know about how I-
We'll take this off.
I intend to procure a child. All right, let's carry on. What's your device of the
You know, I'm
show,
going to say
Joanna?
it's pretty impressive when I feel uncomfortable.
Me too.
So congratulations, you two. You would. Joanna, we're at
Finally.
CES,
Yes.
the Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah.
What's your gadget of the show? What's your product of the show? What are you loving?
I've been thinking about this question all day.
Boy, I hope you don't say that toothbrush.
I was about to say the toothbrush.
Why
I
is
mean,
it the
look,
toothbrush?
you bombed last year with the fork.
I was,
ABC was all over the fork. You're like, fork this, fork that. And then you just
said
reviewed the
fork you.
fork. How's the fork?
Fork you. It's a,
Fork.
it's a
You're
great
like,
pun.
fork this.
I actually reviewed the fork for my first column in the Wall Street Journal.
By the way, Joanna is a columnist at the Wall Street Journal, the acclaimed, storied newspaper.
It was actually a peg to people wanting to lose weight in the new year because they're marketing this product as you will lose weight if you eat with this
There's
fork.
not
I'm all
possible.
over that.
Not true. You know why?
I-
Because if you want to eat a bunch of food, no amount of buzzing will stop you.
No, I'll
must have
tell you.
read
I'll
my
tell you.
review.
I'll
I
tell
did.
you.
And I watched this video where you just begin.
I'll tell you how it works. You get the fork out at your favorite restaurant, and then you feel like such a loser
I did.
for having the fork.
I did
You're
that
like,
in New
you
York
leave.
for the last when I was. In
Where
New
did you
York.
go? Where did you take the fork?
I took it to Chinese restaurants. I took it to
Can you be more
Italian
specific?
places.
First off, taking a fork to a Chinese restaurant is like extremely lame on several levels.
It is, but
it's
I
like,
don't-
one,
I
you're
don't know
bringing
how to
an
work
electronic
chopsticks
fork.
anyway.
You don't?
No, not very well. But actually, back to the Bluetooth toothbrush, which there's enough puns in there.
I think you mean the blue toothbrush.
The blue toothbrush, right? They put the tooth in the Bluetooth.
Wow.
I am a bad toothbrusher.
Brush.
I am bad
You're
at brushing
brushing.
my teeth.
What did
and
that mean?
I think
Can you be more?
I do
what's
not
it?
brush my teeth for long enough.
Yeah.
And
But do you brush them-
I'm
do you brush
into
them
these. I'm
vigorously?
into all of these devices in the promise that they're going to make my life better.
Yeah, but they're all gimmicks. Don't you understand this?
They're
is all,
totally gimmicks,
They're all gimmicks.
but-
This is like.
They're totally gimmicks, but someone's first of all has
They're
to
like
test
fog
them to make
lamps.
sure they are.
They don't work.
Yeah, someone at you.
And that's going to be
Wait,
my job.
what's that?
I don't know if I'm going to get past some of my editors, but
Wait, what is it? What is your
well,
job?
someone has to test these things to before they hit shelves. Well, not before they hit shelves, but to tell people.
No,
they
and
should
someone
buy them,
doesn't.
right?
I don't think so. I think it should be a test of IQ. I think we should let the dumb people buy the Bluetooth brush or the fork that vibrates, and you shouldn't have to waste your time and energy reviewing them.
But there's beyond the toothbrush, right? There's the whole Internet of Things thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole idea is that everything around us is going to be connected, and that's going to help our lives in some way.
Well, I guess so. Yeah.
But
I mean,
here's
that's
the
the
thing-
idea that they're
here's the thing
selling
about-
at CES
but
this year.
forks-
No, that's the idea that they've been selling for the whole past year, right?
Right. But
as Bluetooth Low Energy has gotten better, all of this stuff can have a small chip in it and somehow communicate with something else. So actually, I would like to segue this into another thing that might be at the top of my
Can we get the Segway noise in there also?
the segue,
Yeah.
which is I went to go see Smart Things. Have you guys seen their
I
stuff?
haven't been there yet.
And they're sort of
that a
trying.
brand?
They're doing this platform for the Internet of Things.
Is this the
type
thing
of
with the
thing.
picture of you with the toilet paper?
No, that's just an iPad holder for that's the adult iPoddy that I made, and
I like that.
I'm pretty
I like
committed
that a
to
lot,
that.
yeah.
But Smart Things was a Kickstarter project. They raised a ton of money. Now they've got a lot of venture, and they're trying to do the platform for home automation. I was telling Thomas Ricker about this before because Thomas Ricker has been talking about home automation at this show for how long?
Well,
5
no,
years
but-
ago.
but
He's like,
home
I'm
auto-
on this beat.
But
I'm
home
on this
automation
beat.
is definitely a thing now.
Right, and
Yeah.
it's all about putting connectivity in all of these devices in our home, and they have it's off the strip. It's like they rented out a house, they outfitted the whole house with their little sensors. Basically, they're working with all the companies from Philips Hue to Nest to all of them to get things to talk to each other. So, and even Jawbone. So
Well,
you walk into the
that's-
house.
that's interesting.
You walk into the house, you're wearing your Jawbone up. It knows you're there. It turns on the lights.
I assume we covered this, or did we just find this randomly? I haven't
this is
seen
a
all of
PR
our
video.
coverage.
No,
Anyway.
I've seen this thing. It's like
So I would say my favorite thing at the show is this stuff. Like I'm into it. I think.
How does it interface with these products?
So there's an app that like lets you bring in the other products in there, and so the interesting thing is like you're kind of communicating with your house. So it says like good morning, you can tap and everything, and it will do everything you'd want in the morning. But I think what's interesting is like the idea that it knows you're in the room and it can turn on your Sonos. It can tell you, the Sonos can talk to your coffee maker.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no. So it's the interfaces are like they just showed like an air conditioner. You buy a plug outlet thing and it kills the plug.
Right.
I just don't.
I think we're still far ways away from all this stuff like hitting mainstream, but I'm into it.
What I think is interesting is that this is sort of in a way. Matt Panzarino wrote a pretty interesting editorial on TechCrunch last night about contextual sort of phones as contextual devices that know where you are and what you're doing, and because of the Yahoo acquisition of Aviate. And this is another contextual thing, like you wake up and it says, hey, good morning, and then you go into this room and it turns on Sonos. I think the problem with contextual right now is that I think it's better for phones because the way we use phones is extremely specific and detailed, and where we go with them is extremely specific. I think in your home, the problem is like, how do you identify, how are you going to identify when I walk into my living room that I want the Sonos?
Right.
To turn
So I
on?
have a totally different
I'm into that
theory of phones.
and I want a
But
house.
you don't always want the Sonos to be on when you walk into your living room.
No, but
so the context.
But
thing
it doesn't
is really,
have. But maybe it knows every morning you like to listen to NPR, and it wants.
But every morning you don't like to listen to NPR. Like a lot of people.
No, I
have a
don't.
routine.
I actually don't
No, but
listen
some
to
people sometimes they'll listen to NPR, but sometimes they won't. And the question is like.
But every morning I do watch Good Morning
But it would be
America.
annoying if every time you walked into the room it did exactly the same thing.
No, so
how does it know not to do exactly the same
But
thing?
here's my bigger theory, right? And that everything you're talking about, like the stuff right now, you have to learn how to use it in a really specific way. Like you've got to program all that shit, right? I walk into my house, I want X things to happen. And no one will ever do that. And so as I've been walking around, like seeing the wearables and seeing all this crap, all of it's crap. Like I haven't seen one true wearable here that's great.
I totally agree.
And I've been thinking about why, and I keep coming back to glass, right? Which is the ultimate in wearables. And glass has too many costs. Like I don't mean like money. It's expensive and rare and doesn't do a lot. But this is expensive in a lot of different ways to me as a consumer, right? Like I have to have a data plan. I have to charge the battery. I have a Mophie case on it because it's useless
Finally.
here. Well, I bought it to come here.
Well,
and that's expensive.
You should have it always.
But no, that's expensive to think as a human being. Like I'm about to go to another city, and I know that this thing needs battery, and I should go buy a battery case. Is an insane thing to think. I have to worry about my data plan, like how much I'm going up. Like there's so many costs associated with this, and so to say like people use phones in specific ways, I think is. People use phones in all kinds of ways, and they're so useful all the time that I'm willing to pay that cost, that incredible set of costs. And like, it's not just me as a nerd, it's everybody. Like, this is an explosively disruptive product, and it's because everybody is willing to pay the same costs. And I look at the Galaxy Gear or even the Fitbit, and it's like, my Fitbit died last night. I didn't even plug it in the charger today because it's like I don't want to worry about this.
No,
anymore.
I mean this is
and that's smart home. It's like, do I want to pay all these costs for so few benefits?
So
I mean, when I
instead of
look
me
at it-
remembering to turn off my air conditioner when I leave the house,
It's like I
then
can
it
just
turns the
remember.
air conditioner off for me. And I think like maybe we will get to a point where they're so good and so smart, and you're just like, man, I don't know how I live without
It's either you lower the costs of like the mental cost of having a thing, or you skyrocket the benefits to make the cost worth it.
But I think you have to identify problem areas. Like Nest did a really good job of saying, like, look, you spend a lot of money on air conditioning and heating. We have ways that we can make you save. We can help you save money on that stuff. The thermostat hasn't been touched for like 50 years, 100 years. Here's something that will actually have real effects on your life, monetary. I think that's the thing that sells the Nest.
And safety, right?
Yeah, but I think
Like that's what the smoke detector.
yeah, but the smoke detector is a much harder
And
sell.
I will say this, I just met with the Nest guys today. They have a fire truck. They let me run the
I have
siren.
an actual fire truck.
I mean, I was like a 5-year-old.
You're 5
kid.
years old.
It was the most. We'll run the interview tomorrow.
No, he was like, they let me do the siren.
They let me
I was
sit
like,
in the
okay.
fire truck and
They
turn
let
the
me go in.
engine and run the siren.
You're 5.
I'm 5.
Is that even
It was the
legal? I don't
most
think that's legal. I don't
distracting.
think
I
it's
was in a
legal.
parking lot.
Oh.
They were like, "You're gonna get arrested."
I still
Like,
think it's illegal.
They made me stop
get a
doing it
hat?
after a while. They didn't give me a hat.
I don't even know how you can have a fire truck legally.
They bought it on Craigslist.
No, I understand that,
Really?
but like, I can't just get an ambulance and drive around.
Yes,
in it.
you can. Apparently, have you met
Let's see.
Craigslist? Anyway,
Have I met Craigslist several times?
His name is Craigslist.
Yeah, Craig. No, it's
Newmark.
Craig Slist is his name.
Craigslist.
Yeah. Oh well, they painted it blue, so I'll.
Should I search
Yeah.
for this in Las Vegas or in your hometown?
What are we looking for? An
They
ambulance?
just look global.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Definitely an ambulance for sale in Las Vegas.
no, and you know
for sure.
the thing with the smoke detector
Mobile
is
prostitution. That's what the ambulance is being used for.
in Vegas.
It's like, yeah, you just pull up, somebody gets in, they get out 15 minutes later, and you on to the next.
running the siren the
My new
whole
startup,
time.
please invest.
No, you know the thing with the
How
smoke
about an
detector
ambulance
is
stretcher?
you don't get to play with it every day. The Nest is popular; it's expensive, but you can like screw with it all the time.
But it's also
you can look
early.
at it on your phone. All you can
It's
look
not
at.
widespread adoption. I mean, it's
No, but I think that early adopter set, they want to play with toys. Like they love toys. Like
Yeah.
and so I haven't bought the smoke detector. I think it's cool. I think it's interesting.
Right.
But I can put one up in my house and constantly check that my home isn't on fire, and that's about it.
it's a tough. I mean, and that's why the things like the fork and the toothbrush seem so gimmicky. Is that listen? I can control. All you need to do to control your eating is control your eating. You don't need a fork to.
By the way, you can
Right.
definitely go to ambulancetrader.com.
Nice.
Don't.
But
and
everything
the
is
same way,
trying
it's
to
like-
solve a problem,
No,
right?
no, but you have to. And yes, everything's trying to solve a problem. But the question you have to ask is like, is the problem worth solving in this manner?
I agree.
Or is this just some
and
crappy
with the
way
fork,
to get
there
me to
was
spend
too many
140
trade-offs, right?
No, there's no situation where you need a fork to do anything for you while you're eating. Like,
If you-
except shovel the food into your mouth. No,
There's
let me explain.
there's definitely one situation
No.
where the food is here and
I
your
get
mouth
it.
is here
Like,
and you need to do this.
People get interested in ridiculous things all the time. That doesn't mean that there's anything behind the idea.
But talking about the contextual thing, I mean, I actually, when I did this review, I wanted to actually, provide some useful information to people, and I got super into tracking my food.
right.
And that's useful to people.
Yeah, but that's you
Track
you
it,
pick up your
track-
phone and press the app.
Right,
and,
but that's a lot of information I've got to do. Why
No, I
doesn't
get that,
the fork just know?
but the fork can't tell you what you're eating.
Why not?
Because we don't have the technology to do that.
And that's what I'm saying.
Well, when they
This
have the
is
technology,
CES.
when they have the
we
technology,
should be seeing the
by the way,
technology of
what
the
happens when
future.
you eat a sandwich? What's the fork going to do then?
Well, we have
nothing.
That's
it's
also
not going to do
that's
shit.
mentioned in the piece. Okay.
Okay, I'm just saying.
but not
like,
mentioned by the people who make the fork ever.
like
They're
That's
like,
true.
You're having a
Before you eat a
Reuben.
sandwich,
You're having a
stab the
Reuben.
fork
No
in it.
fork. You're having a burger. No fork. I went to Subway. No fork. I'm eating. I'm having a
Burrito.
piece of cake. Oh, that's fork.
But imagine if the
Cupcake.
fork.
Cupcake. No fork.
Imagine if the
Cupcakes are
fork-
hot.
Cookie, no fork. You know what? The worst stuff you eat with your
Popcorn,
hands.
no fork.
Yes, the worst things you eat with your hands. A bag of chips. Are you going in there with a fork? No. You're
You might
reaching
be.
in.
Are you a dietitian? A registered dietitian?
I'm actually a professional.
I spoke to some
I
dietitians.
look like this. I'm a dietitian. You figured it
and
out.
they said the same thing. I could
I'm
have
Mr.
quoted you
Health.
in my piece.
Who?
the worst stuff you eat with your hands.
Yeah.
Who said that?
You
The
did not
dietitian.
read my first column.
No, I didn't read the whole thing. I got bored, frankly. You know why? Because I don't want to read about forks.
Okay.
I was like, oh, she's writing about the fork.
Better luck next
She's writing about the
next
fork,
time.
and then I was like, delete my entire internet history, delete my browser application. I erased my hard drive. Then I went and
I'm not
bought
offended.
every copy of that paper I could find and burned it in a bonfire. No, but what I'm saying
What
is,
are you saying? Okay. Yeah.
I like that B-roll. Was that Dieter? Who was that? Or was that you?
What?
I don't even know who that was.
Sorry, I'm busy
The fork.
RRTing everything you say.
You have the fork.
Oh, okay. What are you RLRT?
Do we have
I don't know.
my fork
worst
video?
things you
Can
eat
we
with your
roll my
hands.
fork video and just next
Yeah,
minutes?
let's run the fork
Yeah,
video.
let's get the
here
fork
we
Let's
go.
make it happen.
Here we
How
go.
can we pull up Joanna having a fake baby in 8 seconds?
I
We can
liked
get the
it.
fork
Oh,
video.
wait, is this an ABC News report?
No, it's from Wall Street Journal. It's my first video.
Oh, I'm sorry. The video from Wall Street. Did they approve? Is this allowed? Can we show the Wall Street Journal
Oh, yeah, we
video?
got to probably get some.
Hey, Wall Street Journal. I'd like to, Rupert. We'd like to ask for your approval. I hope it's not a problem, but we're going to run Joanna Stern's fork video.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You probably watched it on repeat ever since it went up.
I'm
Here
not
we go.
hearing anything from the control room.
John.
Oh, the Wall Street Journal video player isn't very good, so we're having some issues with
Is that it?
Just roll it.
No, they just found it. It took them a minute.
Oh,
Anyway.
they're covering. They're like, we're having some
No,
technical issues.
I can see
Technical
John.
issues. This dude doesn't know how to search.
All right,
Am I right?
so this is my favorite. I mean, I don't know. I really,
There it is.
can I just
Here we
say
go,
I'm not
hold on.
impressed with anything I've seen?
Can you eat cereal with the fork?
Did you see the Pebble Steel?
Yeah, the Pebble
that
Steel is
second
nice,
type
but
of
like
gear.
I'm
I
not
was
gonna wear
definitely
it.
Hold on.
scolded when I
We'll
was
get
younger
back to
for
Amber.
eating
That's
too
me.
fast. But
Hey,
over the
that's
last
you.
couple of
Yeah,
days,
that's me.
I've actually
I'm talking
slowed
about the-
down
Who's
a
that hot
little,
chick?
and that's because
In the
of
back?
this. This is the Happy Fork. It's a Bluetooth
Wow,
connected
it's so
fork
small.
that actually vibrates.
The fork
when
is
you're
not-
not
Look how
eating
svelte
too
the
fast.
fork is.
No, seriously,
Yes.
this is a
Look at
real
that. Totally,
product,
you
not
wouldn't
an
even notice that
SNL
if you took it out of the
parody. The only
restaurant.
problem is, well, actually, there's a lot of problems.
Oh,
The
here
Happy
we
Fork
go.
isn't the most attractive
Yeah, well,
utensil.
that
Wall,
food
when
reminds
Wall
me
watched
of
this,
a
a little tear
child's
rolled
fork.
down his cheek.
Yeah.
It's chunkier than most forks, but that's because of the tech components inside.
I don't
its
really don't know
handle.
what to say other than
Inside this part,
I
which
have
have
not
to
really
say
seen anything
is
I've loved
like
at
a pregnancy
CES.
No, here's
test.
so
Is a
I-
battery,
the watch.
a
That's
Bluetooth
it.
looks like a
radio, and
pregnancy
an
test.
accelerometer.
I like that you
offered
call that
to
out
charge
immediately.
the
You're like,
fork.
I don't know what else to say here, but definitely.
No,
let's say
I think that
test.
what is it? Smart home.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a great example.
guys should head
of-
over there. I
no,
think-
but I think what's interesting about
We've
that.
done stuff with them.
I think what's interesting about that is that they're trying to
We
be
have.
the
Just hasn't seen
guys.
it.
It's not a race, okay? I think what's interesting about that is they're trying to be the intermediary, and the
Right.
biggest problem with all of this stuff, with whether it's the fork or the Fitbit or whatever, is that like you'll have all this information, you can like look at it there or look at it there, but you can't look at it as a connected thing.
Yep.
You can't go open an app and say like, this is what my fork did, this is what my Fitbit did, here's what's happening in my house, and like that's actually the real problem that needs to be
Right.
addressed, which is none of this. It's weird how like we can slip into like a totally cogent, normal sounding point. That's the stuff that is. So that's a great pick.
Right.
You know, I think it solves that
I mean,
solves
what
a
else
real
did I-
a real problem.
No, I mean I covered wearables for 2 days.
the Pebble you're not interested in.
I tried on all of it. You guys can watch that video too.
Honestly, the Pebble. So here's my thing on the
But
Pebble.
I don't want to wear any of this stuff.
So I don't want to wear any of this stuff either. And the thing about the Pebble is that it's nicer than the last Pebble, like by leaps and bounds.
Yeah,
but it's still not the kind of thing I've thought about. Maybe I'd get one. Maybe I'd wear it. But it's not. I'm not like, man, I need to wear that watch. Like.
but
it
also
just-
you wear a really nice watch.
I mean, I wear.
Let's see your watch, and you both wear nice watches. Mm-hmm. And okay, so
My
you
watch.
have like a fabric band. I mean, my
So
my
this is
thing
called
with
a
that
NATO,
one.
It's actually called a NATO strap.
Oh, sorry.
Why
If
is
you
it called the NATO strap?
I think it has something to do with NATO. I'm not really sure. I have no idea, but this is referred to as a NATO strap.
But it I mean, to me, the Pebble is definitely a big improvement. People can get by with wearing it to
Yeah.
work, and men can get by to wearing with work.
Well, actually, Chris was complaining, and Chris Ziegler was complaining
big
about
enough.
it because he thought it wasn't big enough. And my thinking was like,
They can
well,
do
this
a
is
bigger
so it can be. I mean, you're wearing a Pebble right now.
I am to point
That
out.
looks
consistently.
ridiculously
It looks
big.
ridiculous on me. Like,
Have you
I mean,
tried the new one on?
Yes.
So you must like that better.
I actually
right?
do like wearing men's watches, but I also just feel that it feels a little chintzy.
That's
the
no.
Pebble feels like a knockoff.
The new one.
Yeah, I never wanted that one.
The new one
Like,
kind of feels like a Casio.
Yeah, it does.
Not that Casio makes a bad like calculator watch, but it doesn't feel like a heavy.
But here's
It,
the thing.
it
those
looks
watches
nice.
are.
It doesn't feel as good.
if
as
you
should.
pick up a real watch, like a Rolex,
right.
they're heavy.
Is this
We talked about this. We talked about
This
this
is
last
leather?
night.
I don't know. It's French.
Is your watch heavy?
No.
I used to wear a Michael Kors men's
This morning-
watch.
this
You
morning-
saw- could
it's-
see it
We
in
had
the-
Pebble. We had the
I would
Pebble
call
here
this
morning,
heavy-ish.
and I was saying that like real watches
Yeah.
are very heavy. They
That
feel
one is not
substantial.
heavy.
Right.
I said the same thing.
But you know what technology is? It wants to be light.
Right. Technology wants to be light, and also they can't charge $600 for that watch.
What kind of phone
Right.
are you using now? An iPhone?
An iPhone.
Does this feel like sweet
Mophie.
freedom to you? Oh, you guys both have Mophis.
No.
What's
do you
your
have
BlackBerry
BlackBerry
life
you have-
on right
You have
now?
the BlackBerry that I know you have with you.
I don't. I have a special keyboard.
I gotta tell you, I'm using the
You have a
Sony.
special
I'm using the
keyboard?
Sony Z1.
I've got I also like the Typo keyboard.
The one that clicks in the iPhone. You have it.
Oh, I have it.
Wait, you have what?
There's a basic BlackBerry, or it's called BlackBerry now.
Yeah.
You know, I still correct myself every time I call the company BlackBerry.
Wait, you have the keyboard that BlackBerry's suing over?
Yeah.
The Ryan Seacrest keyboard. Where is it?
Ryan Seacrest.
You don't have it on you?
I do have it in my bag.
Guys, bring that bag over
Don't
here.
touch my bag.
Bring that bag. Get her.
Do not touch my bag. Or my baby. Do not touch my bag or baby.
You got a baby in the bag.
Just go on.
Do not
Bag baby.
touch my bag.
Come on, bring it over here.
Jordan,
Bring it-
you
just
will have
bring
to
it
shoot
over.
the video at my wedding if you bring
Jordan,
that over here. I'm not joking.
It's just coming
I
over
will
here.
pay you and I will get you a hotel room.
Look at, oh my God, this bag is
This is
heavy.
my bag.
Oh my goodness.
Is that why we couldn't touch it?
This
Are
show-
you really mad about us touching the bag?
No.
You know what, Joanna, I don't know. You've changed. You don't want people touching your bag anymore.
I don't want people touching my bag.
All right, here we go.
This is wait.
Oh my God.
Really?
Wait, why don't we have one of these?
We probably. I mean, I think we just have to ask.
Why aren't we testing? Is this an exclusive Wall Street Journal?
No, but I
exclusive?
want to review it in the next couple.
Oh
I'm
wait,
doing
this
a
is like
piece.
it's not. It doesn't even have a thing. Go
I'm
ahead.
doing a piece on this.
How is it?
I like it.
Let me see
It
it.
feels a little cheap, but I can type fast as
me see it.
hell.
Really?
Well, you're in a BlackBerry.
I'm a
then.
BlackBerry person.
I'm actually.
I
This
mean,
is,
that is 100% a BlackBerry keyboard. Like,
Yeah.
Without question.
Can I see
wonder
it
if
or
they're-
what?
I
You
haven't
unlock
used
your
it
phone so
today.
I can check out the keyboard? Just open up a note. I just want to type in it. If you get nasty messages from somebody, I won't even.
It's also well, it's a little slow because the battery's probably.
Oh, really? Interesting problem.
It's a little slow because the battery.
I don't know.
is dead?
I have to say, like, I'm not a native BlackBerry. I like keyboards. I've always loved keyboards, but oh boy, look at this.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I would have said this was probably one of my favorites of the show, but
This is awful. This is the
came out
worst
so long
thing.
ago.
no, it didn't. It just came out.
But they sued him beforehand.
They sued
look
them
at
last
that.
week.
Get a look.
That was
Is this-
last week.
That was last week.
I mean,
was
can I
last week.
just say, like, it feels terrible to use.
You just keep using
Hold
it.
on.
You'll love it. Look, I'm
Well,
not saying.
I've had 7 typos in the 5
That's- you
seconds.
don't
that
know
Well,
I've
it's
how to
called
use
the
it.
typo.
You just don't know how to use it.
I mean, for God's sake, it's called the typo.
No,
I mean, they
it,
should be sued. I'm
the-
glad they're being sued. This is I don't even understand.
I'm glad they're being.
No, I mean, this is like a crazy ripoff. Why? What's this? Oh
But
my
look,
God.
they got that Seacrest money. They can defend themselves.
How is it
Ryan
possible?
Seacrest just has to divert royalties from one program.
I'm willing to bet you.
defending
I'm willing to
typo.
bet you dollars to
Let's
donuts
see.
in a race.
I would go faster.
No,
I
you
would win.
lose. You
I
would
would win.
lose.
100%.
You would lose every time.
No way.
To a good virtual
No.
keyboard typist.
Or swipe.
Yeah, let's compete right now.
I'm not-
Let's
don't-
do
I-
it.
no, I don't
I'm
want
ready to go.
What is that? You're using a Sony?
Yeah, and I love it.
Really?
It's very good.
Is that the Google
Z1.
Play version?
What's that? You want to do splits? You want to do splits?
Is that a Google Play version?
No, this is Sony's. This is the international unlocked.
This is
version.
awful.
Yeah.
Let's
Can you
go
guys,
right
can
now.
You guys
Let's
confirm that?
give
All
me
right,
a
here's the
sentence.
race.
Give me any sentence right now,
these
and I'll
guys
type
are
it.
wrong?
Okay, you ready? We're
You ready?
having a
Here we
race.
go. We're
Wait,
in a
hold
race.
on. I don't have the sentence.
Well, I don't have it either. We're just gonna go right now.
Wait, someone should tell me.
I'm going to
right
give you
here.
a sentence from our next topic, and that's going to be our segue.
Okay, here we
ready?
go. Here we go.
Okay, this is from John Legier.
Wait, is that it?
I don't know how to spell his last
No,
name.
no,
I've
that's not
never
the
known how to
sentence.
spell his
Okay.
last name.
This is. It
Go
doesn't
ahead,
matter.
go ahead.
There's a sentence.
I don't know how to read his last
Go
name,
ahead.
actually.
I'm going to send a cease and desist letter to AT&T telling them to stop their ads saying they are the fastest.
Okay, I screwed up bad here, so I'm already losing. I'm already losing.
Wow.
I'm also
Look
drunk.
at this go. This is really weird.
Wait, a cease? What? A cease? And
Tell them what?
Telling them to stop their ads saying they are the fastest.
wait.
Whatever Joanna is doing with her thumbs is very disturbing. I'm just going to say it right now. I mean, it's like she's not like really pushing
Okay.
things.
I did it. I
completely
have
blew
2
this.
typos.
Let me see.
I don't know how
I
to spell
completely
desist.
blew this.
I mean, I will say that the typos are in some of the most important words.
I have.
That's probably because I
It's
don't know how to
written-
spell them to
it's-
begin with.
well,
I should have
I
just
think-
tried typing. Can we do it?
I mean, I definitely know the word
I
desist
thought
does not
swipe
have.
would be faster, but I don't think.
Here's
it
what I
is.
know.
No,
The
it's
word
fine.
desist does not have an O in it, and the word letter does not have a Y
That's-
in it.
I had a deer. I got a deer in my.
Oh, dear.
All right, let's try another sentence. I failed completely.
Okay,
You
I'm just giving
definitely-
you the next sentence of the
Okay,
quote. You
Yeah, go
ready?
ahead.
Hold on. Okay.
Are we going to start typing as he's
As
saying
somebody
it?
on-
No, I'm
my
just going to
hands.
say
Like,
it.
this
I'm
should
going to
be-
say it, and then I'll drop.
Listen,
and then
I
I'm going to
just-
drop my hands, and you're going to start typing.
Okay,
Ready?
hold on.
be
We're
like
going to wait till
this.
he's done. No, we should just do it when we hear it because it's much harder to think of what you said.
Sure.
Okay.
You know how many billboards they are going to have to take down? Not a contraction, by the way. I mean, again, this is super fucking disturbing. It's like, I don't even know. It's just vibrating in her hands. It's just shaking, and then, like, words are produced.
Done.
Done.
I beat you on that
No,
one.
I was ahead of you.
I said done, and I beat you.
Well, you have a contraction.
Oh, no contraction.
I definitely said no.
They
control.
will. They will have to take down.
Okay,
No,
That's
you have a
wrong.
typo. I have no
Where?
typos.
Oh,
have her.
have her.
Okay, so I have a contraction but no typos. All right, let's keep going. This is the worst piece of
Seriously,
This is
the
the
worst
worst
race
podcast
of all
ever.
time.
Let's go. What do you got next? Let's do it.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
I'm seriously just giving you
I
John.
am
I'm
impressed,
just going
by
to
the
keep
way.
giving you John Legier quotes because they're awesome.
Here we go.
Ready?
All right.
Yeah.
Sprint is a pile of spectrum waiting to be turned into a capability. What? He said, this is our next topic. I mean, I don't even know what this is. It's like, ah. And then Josh just looks like, I don't even know what this is.
I
Like, it's
totally-
a robot surgery.
Done. I
screwed
spelled
up on
into wrong.
I screwed up on. I got Pule of spectrum. I screwed up on capability.
Okay, we're done with this. We should talk about.
We are done with me winning.
You're
right?
sober, right? I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
Well, that's my big mistake.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Here's the thing. One of us looks like a dork. One of us doesn't.
yeah. You.
No.
I mean, I can.
Sony.
With the Ryan Seacrest case.
Can I?
Actually, that is a
can,
nice
can we
one.
do one
It
more
actually
and
is a
then like
nice
really
one.
launch into this topic?
Wait, we're doing another
we
sentence?
can do one more.
All right,
Ready?
let me clear my sentences out. Okay, go ahead.
Wait, I want to clear my sentences out. Of me winning.
Okay, you ready? It's actually.
Hold on, I'm not done yet. I
It's
need
two
to-
sentences, but
Okay.
it's going to lead us right into this topic.
This is stupid.
John Legier,
I don't know
T-Mobile
how to
Wait,
spell his
are we
last
spelling his name?
Leger.
Wait, why are we doing this right now?
Because it's our segue.
So I have to say
This
John
deal.
Legier?
No, you don't have to do it. Okay, here's
my
the
phone
quote.
already just knows it.
Here's the quote, and then we're gonna segue.
Here's the quote
Ready?
part of it.
No.
Okay.
My God.
Go ahead. Here we go.
You guys are. You're
Wait, are we just gonna start when you start talking? Okay, go ahead.
Go.
AT&T is a total source of amusement for me. They are the ones that take my bullshit. I mean, can you guys hear this? It's like 1,000 tiny ants.
I blew this.
It's weird. Why do you want your hands to sound like that?
Oh, because I just typed it all perfectly.
Oh, that's true.
I completely blew this. Amusement just completely killed me. I typoed it and down a rabbit hole.
All right. Well, so at least in this
I didn't get
moment,
the ampersand in AT&T.
BlackBerry
How long
Stern
did
has
you use
prevailed.
a BlackBerry for?
Forever.
Wow. I mean, I gotta say, I'm blown away. Like, you are really fast on this.
It's also terrifying. I don't even understand what just happened.
Your thumbs
with
must be
hands.
very strong.
They're very strong.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's.
these guys. This guy. If somebody makes a GIF of that, I'll kill you.
I gotta say,
right.
are they making one of these for Android phones?
A lot of. I mean, okay.
Yes, actually, I think they said
So
they
can we
focused
talk?
on
Can we
this now,
talk
but-
about these quotes?
Yeah, no, I want to talk
So
about this.
John Legere, here's what I believe. By the way, today I've chosen to
Wait,
pronounce.
so it doesn't do.
You have to- it does-
correction.
No, it doesn't do. That's a part of the review.
That's crazy. Why wouldn't it do correction? Because that would be insane.
I know.
Does any of you just?
Wait, so Apple
I-
turn,
you know, look,
does
I agree
Apple
with
turn
you.
off correction?
Yeah.
Yeah,
when
with
they have
Bluetooth,
when you have a
probably.
keyboard attached?
With
Yes.
Bluetooth,
But they don't
probably.
do that on Maverick. So what?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Can we talk about these quotes?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So Jean Legere today had a press conference. He announced he teased something very.
This is like hour 4 of this Vergecast, by the way.
I mean, we've been typing for most of it, so
Okay,
it's
go ahead.
fine.
Is this the worst one you've had this whole season?
What?
No, that was yesterday.
32 minutes. God, it feels like it's been a lot longer.
That's because
It
I'm
does.
here.
Okay, so Jean Legere, T-Mobile
that
press
burger
conference
bar.
today.
Go on.
Basically came out, trashed every carrier in the business, and then announced that he'll pay your early termination fee if you switch to T-Mobile.
Right, that's awesome.
It's
But,
sort of awesome.
They're not going to. I don't know how they still have money.
I don't know how they still have money. Well, they're doing well, right? People are paying the money for service. Here's what I don't understand about Jean Legere, and I'm going to say this very directly.
How to spell his name?
No, I understand how to spell his name. I don't quite understand how to pronounce his name. Straight up, he will not do an interview with
just tell
any
you?
respectable press outlet that I can think of. He's
Bloomberg.
He's in this character all the time.
Yeah.
That he's always raging. He's always fucking with people.
Whoa.
He's going to the AT&T party. He's like, I just want to see Macklemore.
And he told Dan Seifert
yeah.
He had no life.
that he has no life.
He has no life.
And I take personal. I'm a
No,
he's right, Dan.
he's in, and I get it. He's like out there. He's throwing bombs left
He's an
and
adorable
right.
child.
No,
Yeah.
he's throwing bombs left and right, which is great, right? He's channeling T-Mobile's marketing strategy right now is I am the personification of rage at AT&T. AT&T is, he's saying it himself. They're taking the bait. They're idiots. They're responding to T-Mobile because T-Mobile's taking their customers. But as far as I can tell, he's only playing this character. I have no idea what he's actually
No,
like.
that's what he's like, I think.
As a business. No, he used to work for AT&T. He's reinvented himself as
he
this
saw
person.
what
On the
was
side,
going
he
He
on.
looks like
he grew his
Ron
hair out
Burgundy.
and got a leather jacket,
I have the
and
big,
now
I
he's
got
like
the
this
biggest
other
question
person.
of all.
And I think
has he had work done?
any person who's watching this show
You
at
think
this,
he's had work
at this
done?
time, who has persevered
Yeah, he looks
to
like he's
continue
had work
watching this show,
It's
knows
scary. It's
that I am
scary.
fully in support of every policy that he is laid out for T-Mobile. Right? They're going to kill the contracts. They're going to do full price phones. They're going to end these. Like all of that is great. What I don't understand is why playing this role for him is more important than explaining why he's doing some of these things and explaining why the industry needs to change in this way. And these
Well, does he have to explain why
Yeah.
contracts are bad and why
Yeah.
AT&T is a
because
monopolistic?
I mean,
I don't
this
think-
is
I think
like
this stuff
this
is
is like
self-
Nilay yells at Invisible Mama, but if he was here, it would be. How are you going to pay for this? How are you going to actually improve your network?
I think-
How are you going to make it so that I can have T-Mobile as a, huge,
I hear-
Yeah,
a
that's my
real
biggest
person?
problem.
Can I
That's
make
my
it-
biggest
can I
problem.
make a
And those
guess?
questions, as far as I can tell, cannot be answered.
Can I make a
so
guess?
he won't put himself in any
What do you mean,
situation
how are you going to
where
pay
he
for
can
the
answer.
ETF? How are you going to pay for the ETF thing?
No, how are you going to make?
How
the
are you going
service
to?
better
Okay,
in
if you're
this
going to do
country?
that, if you're going to
Well,
spend
you mean how are
your
you gonna build
investment dollars,
infrastructure? Yeah, I mean,
how are you going to survive? And you know what he refused to answer today? Is Sprint going to buy you?
I thought he didn't
no,
say no.
He basically
He just refused
No,
to-
he didn't say no.
He didn't say no.
He didn't say no.
Right, so he didn't say no.
Just danced around
He
it.
didn't dance around it. He didn't. What he actually said was, basically, Sprint is going to buy us, but the spirit of uncarrier will live on if Sprint. I think what he basically said on stage today and I'm not reading into it that much.
Let me give you the quote.
Yes, Sprint is going to buy us, but T-Mobile is going to be the brand.
What we're doing in any scenario will prevail.
Listen. We can play the clip probably. I'm sure we have.
Do we have the clip? I can tell you. Wait, here it is. I found it.
Thinking about it.
I can tell you the T-Mobile brand attitude and identity is here to stay.
That's right.
What he's saying is SoftBank. It's not even Sprint anymore. It's SoftBank will buy us, and they will rebrand all of it as
that's what they're
T-Mobile.
going to do because T-Mobile is a fresher, more interesting, and exciting brand. And do you know why? Because of the last 8 months of John Legere.
Right.
Basically, and I wouldn't, if I had to guess, and I don't know for sure, my assumption would be that Legere came in and the board was like, hey, listen, we're in early talks to do something with Sprint, and we need to be in a place where we can be the dominant
here's
brand.
I want to see John Legere appear in a Sprint commercial like Dan Hesse.
No, he'll do it.
It'll just be hot take.
Here's what I think is, and look, I'm saying it's successful. It is working. We are paying so much more attention to T-Mobile because of him.
But also, but the stuff is good.
He is never doing.
The plans are good.
The plans are good.
No. The plans are good.
The ideas are good.
The ideas about like how we hire
Look, dude, I got a T-Mobile SIM card in my bag right now. Look, I have a T-Mobile unlimited data SIM card in my bag right now.
Yeah, but you won't have service.
Well, let me ask
Do
you
you
a
want me?
question.
I'll just give it to you. Will you switch to that network?
Let me ask you a question. How does an underdog like T-Mobile pay for new towers?
You know what? That's a great question.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. I can tell you how. I don't have to ask the.
They just bought.
I don't have to ask the CEO.
No, but they just bought a whole bunch of spectrum from Verizon.
No, I get that. Here's how T-Mobile pays for infrastructure and new towers. Customers. They need more customers. They need more money from customers so they can take that money and go buy stuff.
But are they breaking even on every customer that they have?
Okay, they're not.
No,
they wouldn't offer.
Hold on.
They were going to make money. No company does that.
What is it?
Very few companies take a loss.
Hold on. 2 days ago, T-Mobile announced a plan to buy unused Verizon spectrum for $3 billion. $3 billion. They're already doing it. They're out there.
Right. There you go.
They've done.
Probably on the boost of those 8% or whatever increase in subscribers.
Right. But what I'm saying is explaining this stuff. You can get out there and you can.
But regular customers don't give a shit about how they pay for spectrum.
Yeah, but you know who is supposed to understand how they're doing this stuff and explain it to regular people? Like us, right? And what I'm saying is, this company is right now, they're out there, they're throwing bombs, they're saying all of the right things.
Yeah.
And then all of the follow-up questions they are ignoring.
I don't know, it seems pretty straightforward to me. It's like,
what's straightforward?
They're in fourth place.
Oh, they did get them.
They brought fries for us.
Oh, is that? I hope that's not all the fries. Because I'm planning on eating dinner at some point tonight. But you can bring those over.
Oh my God, it's snack time.
Would those not be enough fries for your dinner?
Well, no, but I like to eat the fries with the, would you like some?
Would you like to put them on your burger?
Oh, I was trying.
Really? That's like a weird gross.
No, I just like to have them next to my burger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like.
Anyhow, all I'm saying is, listen to me. They have a perfectly sound plan as far as I can see. Get the brand noticed.
I agree.
Get people to start
I think that
thinking
makes
about
sense.
leaving the dominant brands, Verizon and AT&T. Bring on some of those customers. I don't think they're taking that big of a hit. I think if you pay $350 for the ETF, you get
They're
a
going to
customer.
sell the phone. I mean,
They're going to sell the phone, and you get a customer who starts paying you. And guess what? If you just left AT&T, very few people are going to be like, you know what? Now I hate T-Mobile. I'm going to leave T-Mobile. The only thing that would make that happen is if their service was absolutely crap.
Well, no,
That's my point.
Wait.
In New York,
but
it's
you're going to
better
leave
now,
T-Mobile. You're going to. It's T-Mobile. They're not going to make you sign a contract.
Right, you can leave at any time.
You can go right back to AT&T.
No, you misunderstand.
Well, you're paying off the phone. You have to pay off the phone for the next couple of years.
We sell the. I mean, like, if you switch from AT&T to T-Mobile because you're like, look at this money, like, look at all the money I'm saving, and then you can't
I don't think
make
you
phone
get what I'm
calls,
saying.
You're going to write.
No, listen. People are lazy. They don't want to switch carriers every 2 weeks. We're nerds. We're like, I don't give a shit. I'll switch carriers whenever I want.
I have never switched
Regular
carriers.
people, that's right.
I have
Regular
AT&T.
people like Joanna.
Straight up, I've had AT&T
Wall
for a
Street
decade.
Journal columnists.
I've been with Verizon for years.
The 85%, the middle.
The normals.
They don't want to switch.
Can we get the map up on the
They
screen?
don't want to switch.
They read the urge.
They read Ed Badger. They don't want to switch every 2 weeks. And they won't switch every 2 weeks. They'll only do it in dire circumstances or if they're being given money. Hence, John Legere is a genius.
I agree with you. The marketing's definitely working, and they've got better devices. The service for me.
So just answer my question.
The
If
service
he's
is
a
the only
genius
thing.
and he's a marketing phenomenon, why won't he sit down with any real press outlet?
Why should
for
he?
a real interview?
Why doesn't Tim Cook sit down with any press outlets? He goes to Bloomberg one time in a blue
Are you seriously comparing those two?
No, I'm just saying, like, CEOs don't have to do anything they don't want to do. He's not required. There's no gun to his head. He can talk to who he wants to talk to. He loves talking to Emily Chang on Bloomberg West. You know, he'll talk to her till he's blue in the face.
But Apple's the
Pink in the
dominant, far
Pink
and
in the
away
face.
market leader in like 8
I'm
markets.
not comparing T-Mobile to Apple.
T-Mobile
What I'm
is the
saying
fourth place carrier and they have the worst
It's-
network.
it's-
What I'm saying
his
is, when you're
choice.
the CEO of a company, you don't have to do anything really you don't want to do.
No, I hear you, but here's what
That's
I
Jim
know.
Bankoff. I guess
Yeah,
it's
Bankoff
Jim.
won't talk to anyone.
He won't talk to
I'm
the
like,
press.
Jim, how you doing? He's like,
He won't
No,
talk
I've been
to you.
trying
Get
to
out of my
talk to him
face.
forever.
Exactly.
What?
There you go.
I tried to talk to him tonight.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Hey.
What I'm saying is,
And actually,
I just think
that's
that's his
okay.
prerogative. I think he's making a
So what
conscious
was their
choice to
announcement
own his.
today?
He wants to own his image. I think that's the thing. And his image is obviously so important to their marketing.
But
So
was,
he's owning it.
was the
Their
announcement
was
today
they'll pay
just
your-
to bash it?
No, it was
No,
Uncarrier
your announcement
4.0. It was
they'll
the
pay
we'll
your-
pay your ETF.
Right.
They'll pay your ETF.
And I will,
They announced it
They'll pay
which is
your
funny because
family's
AT&T
ETF.
just basically announced
Okay,
the same
that was
thing.
AT&T a couple of days ago.
And so they announced the difference is they will actually pay your ETF. AT&T will do a handful of like
We'll give
smoke
you
and
money for
mirrors
this,
money.
right? Like the money off this phone or whatever.
Here's all I know. This is how I feel deep in my heart.
I want to hear your feelings.
I refuse to trust a wireless carrier. I'm not going to do it. It's
Well, I
never
don't
going to
think they're
happen.
a knight in shining armor. I just think they
No,
seem to be
but
somewhat
that's how
better.
he's acting. And so when he's acting that way, my
You hear this? This man is
instinct,
fired up.
I'm that, like
just listen.
No, I'm saying that's how he's acting.
We
He's
need to
acting
be
like
here.
the savior of the wireless industry. But you know what I know? Do you know who owns T-Mobile? Deutsche Telekom. You know what Deutsche Telekom is? The AT&T of Europe. So the idea that like somehow this is all free, that we're gonna get, there's a catch here. And the reason that he won't talk to any real journalists in a real interview is because someone's gonna find out.
It sounds to me like Deutsche Telekom wants to disown the U.S. version of their service and
Sure.
sell it off to SoftBank. So
I'm just saying, I
I
don't
wouldn't
trust
be too sure that he's carrying
his
the
whole
message of Deutsche
shtick.
Telekom.
Look, here's the thing. His shtick is the things that I say, right? And I don't believe it from any wireless carrier that they're going to say all the things that I say.
Right.
I
Here's the way I see it.
look. I think our job as journalists is to like relentlessly advocate for the consumer, right?
Yeah.
That's what we do. The people who watch this program are stupid. And
Wow.
probably as drunk as
Wow.
we are.
I mean, that is
if
really-
you've held on to
I'm
this,
watching
Listen,
this right now.
Vergecast-
if you've held on to this for this
Vergecast
long,
viewers, I just want to say I don't think you're stupid. I don't know what
No,
you
I
guys
think
talking about.
you're stupid for watching
He's
us
finished
for
this
40
Makers, and that could have something to do with it.
You understand what I'm saying? You're my people.
If I had
don't
a
know if he-
smart
you're-
Bluetooth-
he might be
You're
drunk.
as
I'm
you're
not really sure.
you are so stupidly nerdy that you've held on to this for this long. That's what I meant.
Okay. You meant stupid for watching the Vergecast.
Yeah.
Watching
I agree.
such
I
bad
agree.
programming.
That
That's
I
what I
agree
meant.
with. I mean, I would.
The people watching this, they understand that like everything that you do in this industry involves a trade-off, right? And there's a compromise somewhere. It's
true.
Someone's
and
making
so
money.
when we are pushing the idealist version of the industry constantly, and then I hear the industry say what I want, all I think to myself is, how are you cheating me? And that's kind of all I want to ask.
Here's
is,
what I think
what is
about-
the catch to this? Where's the back end of this plan that you're not telling me about? Because you know what? You did used to work for AT&T, and you learned at that. Like that's where you learned how to run the business. The reason that Deutsche Telekom asked you to be the CEO of T-Mobile is not because you showed up and you're like, fuck everything. I'm going to run this company in the best way. It's you have experience running
really.
AT&T.
I mean, I can tell you're really upset about John Legere and his plans. Listen,
I'm really upset about being lied to. And
Well,
there's,
we don't know
there's
that we're-
some
we don't
part
know
of
that we're
me
being lied to.
That feels like there's a lie. At the end of this tunnel is a lie.
well,
And all I
mean,
want to
think
ask.
I think the lie is that they have like service that's pretty bad in a lot of areas, and
Right.
like the catch
the
here.
downside
I think
to their
I think the
business.
catch here is that like the truth is that they it's hard for them to sell. Just being like, hey, we're competing 1-to-1 with AT&T because people are like, yeah, my service
So
is
say
really
it out
bad
loud.
with T-Mobile.
Right.
John Legere says he'll challenge AT&T's fastest network claims with a cease and desist letter. He said he went up. Imagine a CEO of any
mean,
other
the guy's
company
being blunt.
standing on
different
stage,
Just being-
Fastest is different than having
but they're
service
bragging
everywhere.
about the quality of their network.
Yeah, in some place, right?
I think he's just being blustery. I mean, he's just doing what CEOs
Right.
do. I mean, people get on stage and they talk shit on their competitors. That's just like the name. I mean, hey, look at David Pogue. Got on stage, talk shit on his competitors. That's what people do. You look at Tim Cook. He gets on stage. He makes fun of Windows. He makes fun of Android.
But he's saying they have the best network.
And then he's like, and here's where our thing is better.
At no point are they saying we have the best pricing scheme and an adequate network. They're saying we have the best prices and the best network.
Well, I think you should do a deep investigative report and figure out
go to all the cities.
Whether his claims are true or not. Now, here's the thing. I'm not a T-Mobile customer. I'm not planning on switching to T-Mobile. Here's what I like. John Legere seems more interesting to watch on stage and says things that sound more in line with my beliefs as a customer than any of the other CEOs that I've listened to.
So
now,
I'm telling you, I will.
Full of shit.
I will pay. I have the SIM card in my bag.
But I actually think
will give it to you and continue paying for it.
It's somewhat illegal for him to just make stuff up. I mean, like, he can't just say we have the fastest network. I mean, he can, but at some point you have to, like, rubber has to hit road, and they have to prove it if he's going to say that continuously. But I'm not saying he's like everything he says is true. I just don't think he's like out there lying.
Okay, well, here it goes. Are you paying for T-Mobile right now?
No,
I am.
But if you went to
Why?
T-Mobile, what's the worst that's going to happen?
Because wait a minute.
The
Because
worst
I pay.
he's going to get, he's not going to be happy with the
Look,
service.
I like to have like
just
if I'm
switch.
going.
You're not under contract.
But here's the thing. If
He's
I'm
giving you it out.
If I'm going to be critical of all these carriers, I have to pay for them. So, AT&T has
for
my
all of
iPhone.
them?
Yeah, I do. Verizon has my iPad. T-Mobile has my Android phone. Whichever
Which
one
one are
it
you
is.
the happiest with?
What about Metro PCS?
Yeah, what are you doing with Boost?
No, there's just the four.
What about
Sprint. You know the
Mobile?
Sprint. I don't hear a Sprint product in there.
We have Sprint
Virgin
products in
Mobile?
my family.
In my family.
Your family.
I mean, like, I gave
My
it
dog
away,
has one.
right?
I know a guy who uses Cellular One, but they're not in
I
business.
got solid one in my family too.
Do you really?
Chicago, they're all over the place. So in Vegas, actually, AT&T has been the best.
AT&T's been
Verizon
great.
is-
That's
Verizon
because
is
the parking lot of the
Verizon
hotel
has
across
been
the
very
street,
bad.
there are AT&T
Really?
makeshift towers. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, you
fairly
think
certain.
Verizon can't roll and makeshift
Verizon
towers?
has
Well, they
been,
can, but I
honestly,
think they
I've been
need to do about
thinking
the
lately of
premium
switching
spot.
to AT&T because I've had such great experiences with AT&T phones.
Anyway,
Let me tell you
but
something.
can I- but-
AT&T's been pretty good lately.
Can I
Yeah.
just ask my question?
Not to T-Mobile.
It's
course.
over there
because
in
of
my bag.
service.
What is it?
My T-Mobile SIM card. It's there. I'm paying for
You've
it.
been threatening
Contract
this for a
free.
while.
I'll give it to you. Will you switch?
I don't want it.
Why don't you want it?
T-Mobile service is really bad in my neighborhood.
I'm fine.
So I'm saying
my
even,
typo keyboard
even
is
for
enough.
free, I
But
can't
I'm
give
not
it to
getting
you.
mocked
I'm not-
here.
I'm
Can I give it to you?
No, I can't even put it in my phone.
But I'm not like guys
Okay.
go out and get T-Mobile. If you have great T-Mobile service in your
Someone
area,
just started a change.org position to stop my bullying.
I mean,
I will sign that petition.
I will
Please
say
tweet that link at me.
You are very angry, and I'm not exactly sure why.
I want to talk
'Cause
about
I don't-
4K
To me,
TVs.
it's like, I'd rather be angry about. Why not be angry about?
They're telling
the
me in my
people-
ear that we
Why
should
not be?
move on.
I don't understand. Why not be angry about the people who actually?
You're not plugged into anything?
No, I'm not.
I don't understand why.
I'm not.
I'm not gonna get into.
Joanna, do you
If
miss
you wanna-
us?
If you want to spend
Let me
time,
ask you a question. When you left, were you like, fuck yeah? Then you were like out the door.
let me tell you something. If you want to really get angry, you got a
I
perfect
still
target.
see you all the time.
You got a perfect target. AT&T sponsored data.
It's
plan.
like, Joanna's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, be on the Vergecast. And she's like, oh, that'd be a good idea. And then she shows up and she's like, why?
Are we
Why
almost
do I
done?
keep
How much
falling
time?
for
How much
this
time
We
is
need, to
left?
talk, we need to talk about 4K
Gotta
TVs.
be. We
No,
gotta be
you
here
don't
now,
understand. Josh
right?
and I haven't.
Are you joking? 48 minutes?
not
Josh and I have
long.
been yelling at each
How
other
is
about
it
4K TVs.
No,
that cannot possibly have been
No, that-
16
that-
minutes ago.
That's-
I've been yelling about John Legere for at least 5 hours.
There's no way this is only 48 minutes. It feels like the longest Vergecast of my life. Probably because you're bullying everybody.
Probably because I'm
on it.
here. Probably
Okay,
because
anyhow,
I'm here.
if we can get out from under the boot heel of Nilay Patel for 1 second, let's talk about 4K.
He's very mad at.
Can I just talk about 4K for a second?
Worried
You know,
about
Nilay's
it.
been proven wrong time and time again
About what?
on 4K. But
That it
I'm
looks
right.
cool.
I don't want to rub his
100%.
I don't want to rub his nose in the mess that is the 4K industry.
Uh-huh.
But I will say that Kaz Hirai, the CEO of Sony, said it's 5 to 7 years to mainstream adoption.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't make me happy. Today I had a meeting with LG and they said, how much would you pay for our 107-inch this? And I was like, $1,000. And they laughed. It was a team from
How much
South
was it?
Korea.
How much was it?
They wouldn't say. They just were kind of trying to gauge market adopt. They were trying to say like,
Well, you're the wrong person.
till we go, till
Should have been like, I live in New York, so
I would live in New York. I can't
there's
fit
no
a
amount of money.
107-inch TV
even
in my apartment.
Even if I had an endless amount of money, and I was living where I'm living, there's no amount of money that would.
I can't
pay
get
for a
that through the
TV.
door.
Right. But
You
it's,
might be able to get it in the door of in Brooklyn.
It's possible. You know, just living the Brooklyn lifestyle, space.
He
backyard,
did. They asked how much
birds
I pay for it,
waking
and
me
I
up
said
every morning. chirping.
$1,000. I'm in the market for a new TV.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Don't buy a 105-inch
Why not?
4K television.
It's awesome.
Here's an idea. Go get the
turns and it
Vizio. Go get
curves.
the Vizio $1,000 4K TV.
When is that coming out? I read the post, but when is that
when is it coming out, Nilay?
The Vizio?
Yeah.
End of the year.
End of the year?
Yeah.
I can't wait that
You
long.
don't need a new TV that badly. How old is your TV?
I bought it when I first started Engadget
Have you
5
heard,
years ago.
Have you heard about this new Apple TV that's coming out?
I did. Should I wait for that?
I would wait. I think it's probably going to happen this year.
Do we really? Do we believe it's in the screen?
What's the last thing Gene Munster said about it?
It's coming now.
Are you tweeting at people right now? You're getting into an argument with people on Twitter
I'm
about
gonna
your
stop it. I'm gonna
tirade.
sell it.
About your tirade.
I have a lot of people here yelling at me for using a hardware keyboard. They said they were unfollowing me.
No, that's not true.
That's that Wall Street Journal audience.
No.
That's what that's like.
No, the Wall Street Journal audience would be like, why aren't you using a full-size
That's
laptop keyboard to type your messages? No, they'd be like, what's a laptop?
Yeah, because
why
they're
aren't
normals.
you using a typewriter?
Perfect.
You know, normals hate.
Normals. I know. Normals.
They'd be like, what is that miniature typewriter you have on that pocket television you're using?
The normals prefer to
Why
use
is that so funny?
keyboards.
Yeah, I think probably.
Yeah.
The normals.
I love it. Hey, listen. Now listen. What did you
oh,
make?
Poggy.
What do you make of Yahoo Tech? Let's get meta.
No,
for a
we
second.
can't. We
I
can't
don't-
do that to her.
I want to hear what.
No,
Joanna-
she
I
just
don't-
launched a new
Oh my God!
thing.
Look at this.
No comment.
We just launched a new thing, and she just launched a new thing, and
They
it's
didn't. They didn't put you on the board.
No, they should have a big picture of me.
It should have been
Of
like
a
Wall
normal.
Street Journal.
Normal.
Fidgetal.
Fidgetal.
Or some whatever hilarious punny name.
I mean, I could be a normal.
WSJF.
Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal.
I like the urge.
Can we end this? Everything is funny, and that's bad.
I wanna
for me.
talk about the
49
urge.
minutes.
I like how John just knew I was looking.
Wait,
at him, by the
I want
way.
to ask you guys
Yeah.
some questions now.
Okay, go
And
ahead.
it's time for me to ask.
Yeah,
you.
please do. This is
Give
what.
me,
Okay.
give me that ABC.
It's gonna be what it's like. This is
situation.
what she learned from Diane Sawyer, right?
That's
now.
right.
Here we go.
What is your top pick of the show?
Really, that's where you went.
So
Look, he's answering.
I
You don't have to answer.
So I think
different question
I'll
for
say
you?
this. I think this is an extremely boring CS.
I
think this
agree.
is maybe
I
the
agree.
most boring CS that I've ever been to.
I love it here.
No, I mean, there's
I do.
interesting
I
stuff in the
straight up
show,
love it
and we
here.
actually have some really interesting reports that are coming over the next couple of days.
That's why I love it here.
But
You love it for reports.
no, we have no. I mean,
every
we-
single
our
person in the
writers-
industry is over there.
Yeah, that's
Our,
right.
our
that's
writers
true.
are doing some very interesting stories right now that you guys will see over the next few days. But in terms of like announcements, this has been completely underwhelming on every level. I think that Sony's game, the PlayStation Now announcement, is really interesting. I mean, to me, like I'm not a person who needs to stream a game on a portable because I live in a house and I just play games on my television.
And you never leave it.
And I never leave it if at all possible. Speaking of that, what I thought was really interesting is today we got to play around with a telepresence device.
Yep. So you never have to leave your house.
And I took it out. You'll see more about this tomorrow, hopefully. But I think that's a really interesting concept that is like we're 10 to 20 years away from it being realized fully. But I think I'm starting to see this concept of a thing that can be your physical presence.
That's crazy.
That can be your physical presence in the world without you having to be there.
This is like your dream.
No, and it's actually
Yeah.
like if you put the robotic stuff, like actually when you start to think about
What was the experience for you when you were?
Well, the experience was that I was like talking to people out and
Right.
about, and
through what? Were you wearing something?
we were doing a thing. No. I was on a camera, and there was a telepresence
Right,
bot.
and you saw through the camera.
And I don't want to get into the topic, but I will say that I was having conversations with people where they saw
Right.
my face, and I was like part of this contraption where they were like talking to a head.
But did
And-
you feel when you were there?
There were moments, but what's interesting is that like you see how much it melts away. Like you're thinking about the situation
Right.
once you're engaged in a conversation and somebody's actually looking face to face, and they feel like
Right,
they're
it's not like
interacting.
Skype when you're looking at-
So I think that's actually an industry that is. I know it's kind of left field based on all the home automation and the wearables, the werewolves, and all that stuff. But
This is gonna work.
but that's interesting to me, and I think that. For the second year in a row, I think the Oculus Rift stands out.
Oh my God!
The new
I tried the new one today.
They have a new one, which
Yeah. Is that
better,
the one that's at the Intel booth?
the Crystal Cove. I don't think
Crystal
so.
Cove. They have better
The one with the head
sensing,
tracking.
better head tracking. They're running it on Unreal Engine 4 on like a faster
So
computer.
you tried it today, right?
Yeah, I played the thing.
We're gonna do a video, and it's great. But I tried it for just a minute, and I was so embarrassed while I was trying it because
Yeah.
in inside the Oculus Rift, it's so awesome.
Right, yeah,
But
you
I was
look
trying.
terrible.
I was sitting in that chair with a big audience of people who were all lining up to try it, and I knew that all they were looking at was.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Every person was doing that. You know, you had to go, but people were like doing this.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
insane.
And I'll say this: I think that company.
Like I was playing a game, and there's no way to describe it. I was playing a game where I was looking at stuff on a screen like this, and I went like this.
And it did that, what you did right now.
And it was just the most insane. Like, there's no way to describe that feeling. Like, you know, you're wearing goggles and you can kind of see underneath them. And at one point, I caught a flash of my own hands, and my own hands were disorienting to me.
Yeah.
And there's no way, like, to explain the feeling of your own
head was detached.
Because my whole brain was somewhere else.
Yeah.
No, that's the way I
to
felt.
explain the fact of like, what am I seeing? And it's your body.
Yeah, that's the way I felt the first time that we played with it last year at CES, and you know, Addy did an interview with Palmer, and Brendan, and all the Oculus dudes, and they talk about like where they're headed with it. I think they're getting very close to a commercial product, and I think that once they're licking all of these problems. It's like being able to like move your head in certain positions, where it's tracking your motion out externally as well as internally, latency, resolution. They're starting to like really lock those in.
Yeah.
Especially now they have $75 million. That's really helpful.
Right.
And John Carmack to make
John
things that are
Carmack
good.
is like, hey, here's
Look,
the.
you know what's funny about that? I don't remember who I was talking about.
What is funny about that?
They have a killer app problem, right? Like
that's what my question.
Last year, we all tried this thing on. We named it the Best of Show, right? And then a year went by.
That's like saying 4K has a killer app problem.
No, I actually really disagree. Like
I think it's very similar.
I don't.
Well, that was like HD had.
No, I don't know why I would want to play chess.
Actually, HD and 4K have a delivery problem.
Yeah, I mean, like
it's like a video game console. You need to have a thing that makes people want to have it for no rational reason.
But I can tell you that we're both right. I'm just gonna say everyone's right. But the thing with
we all shall hold hands.
Go on.
I want somebody who's sitting over there so we can like.
I know that means so we can lock.
Paul Miller.
But it's only over here.
Can we make it Verge?
It goes to Paul Miller. Okay. Make your point.
Those are your answers.
Yeah, I really.
Those are your answers.
I know. No. I am not.
I need
finished.
to ask Nilay an important question.
Well, I just want to say. I'm
running the show now.
My point about I just want to finish.
Someone sober should run the show.
I'm running the show.
Here's the thing with the Oculus is. We saw it last year and we were like, this is amazing and it's going to get great. It's a year later. It's a little bit more amazing.
Yeah.
I still don't know why I should buy one. What they have with Carmack is the guy who's going to show up and be like, I'm going to make killer apps for your product, and the experiences that you will have in them will be great because I know how to do that.
Right.
What 4K doesn't have is Breaking Bad in 4K is like whatever. At some point, I'm just going to want it, right? Because it's the next great thing.
I think that.
This goes back to what I was saying about cost, right?
Right.
So television, buying a new TV is like a cost I will incur every so often. So the next one I buy in 5 years will be 4K, and then things will look better. And I understand all of the costs of that. Mm-hmm. With the Oculus, it's like I'm wearing a thing,
it's like the
and I have to have a camera in front of me now.
I think the Oculus is like a little bit like the Wii in that, like when we first heard about the Wii. You know, you're kind of like, I'm not going to stand in my living room and pretend to hit a tennis racket. And I think that once you tried it and saw what it could do, and that there were things like the tennis game that were really fun to play, or the bowling game that were easy and fun to play, once you had the experience.
Kinect too.
Yeah, the Kinect, exactly. And that's really, and I think that a lot of people have been like, I'm not going to be like, dancing in my living room, and then they try it and they're like, whoa, this is really fun. I think it's an experiential thing, and I think that there will be a killer app. There has to be some, or at least a collection of apps that make people want.
Wii Sports, that was so low cost.
Yeah.
I should probably just write this down. I should probably publish the story.
Write this down right now.
I've been thinking about this since CS. Like, this CS is the desperate search for the next disruptive thing.
It is. It absolutely is. And that's why there's
and that's why there's nothing here, because
we want it to be wearable.
Because we want it to be. But an Oculus is a wearable. Like, you wear it on your head.
Well.
And the reason that we're all excited about it is because the payoff for the cost is really great.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary. But it's not great enough that I'm going to purchase one. And that's the tipping point. What is happening?
I don't know. I just noticed that this shot existed. And
I look sober.
Here's the thing. that I want to say.
What am I doing?
I think you're.
What am I doing?
I think you're right that the cost has to be justified.
Like if I just did it
in a big way, but I will say that the technology is exciting enough and is getting close enough to really good that I think that is, if they don't blow it somehow, if they don't make some huge misstep, whether it's marketing or they ship a product that isn't quite right or they don't have some really good software to go with it. It doesn't have to necessarily be like, oh my God, the greatest thing ever, but really good, entertaining stuff. I think, I think they're going to get there, but I just have to say, like, I wrote an editorial on the topic you were just talking about. Like,
right, I read that. That was great.
The problem with looking for the disruptive element at a show like CES or at the next Apple event or whatever is that, like, the disruptors don't come on cycles. They really don't. Like, Apple had this thing, the iPhone, and then everything else has been an iteration of that for the last, 6 years. And, I mean, not everything, but a lot of what they've done.
No, I completely agree with you. I mean, if you look at this show, I'm heatedly agreeing with you.
Okay, good.
But if you look at the show is all about...
Is this history
It does
right
happen.
now?
It's, no, we've done this a lot. Actually, heated agreement happens here more often than not.
really-
Heated
yeah.
agreement.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? That's like a catchphrase.
It's one of our favorites. You've been
No, but
away
if you look
too
at the show is all about phones being phone hardware and services and software being so commoditized.
These are freezing.
Yeah,
cool.
And they're also like glowing orange. It's weird. I know. I realize it's
They're
sweet
sweet, they're
potatoes,
sweet.
but it's strange.
This is the next big innovation.
No, but if you look at what's happening in the show,
Disruptor.
the WebOS TV is they glued a smartphone to a TV.
Yes,
and it runs WebOS,
exactly.
right? It's like
No,
this is
now they're
a huge commodity.
the tablet is a bigger smart. I mean, let's be honest. Like, it does a lot more, but it also is just a bigger version of the smartphone interface. All of the successful tablets are based on smartphone interfaces, and they're almost identical. And now you've got, like, the laptop is a tablet, aka a smartphone.
It's
the
not
TV,
a laptop. It's not a tablet.
Right. The TV is.
It's just
now
something
has
that sucks.
The TV now has cards.
Windows
and
8,
apps.
everybody. We made it suck more.
And that is what excites me about. See, wearables almost in a way are like your
Werewolves?
phone has a light. Yeah, werewolves. Your phone has a light sensor, but what if you had a motion sensor on your wrist? And it's
Right.
like that also in a way is an extension of the smartphone thing.
Yeah, they're all- it's
and
just
that's
sensors
the,
for
that's
your
the problem
phone.
with the watch, where the Galaxy Gear is like it's like a smartphone
No,
on your wrist.
that's the
Pebble is like
problem.
it gives you smartphone notifications on your wrist. What's interesting about the Oculus Rift, this is why it excites me, is it has nothing to do with notifications or
Yeah,
apps
it has nothing to do with- Yeah, I get what you're
or
saying.
user interfaces. It has to do with a physical, visceral experience.
Yeah.
And it changes the way you experience things that you're familiar with. And I think that, see, that's where 4K for me breaks down a little bit, where it's like 3D I kind of get, because it does change your experience in a visceral way.
Yeah.
4K is like a higher quality version of the same
you got to go
experience.
walk the floor and go to
Gotta see that
Sony.
curve. Gotta see the curved.
No, fuck the curve. You
LG.
gotta-
The
you gotta-
trouble
no.
with the curve.
You got to.
Oh my God, did you see that Photoshop, by the way, of Michael Bay? I think one of our guys did it. Maybe it's like Michael Bay and it's trouble with
I
the
believe
curve.
Jordan did that.
Was it Jordan?
George just
you?
did some
You get it
like
up?
extreme fist pumping. in
Jordan's
the
like, no, that
corner.
was me.
Can we get that up, please? I'm sorry. I know it's totally off
No,
topic.
look, here's what I'll say to you.
Let's see. I haven't seen it.
And this is
So good.
Sony has it, and there's a handful of other companies that have it. They have extended dynamic range TVs.
Yeah. Oh, this is the Dolby Vision thing?
It's Dolby Vision. So
Yeah.
Matt McRae, by the way, it's his 40th birthday today. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, buddy.
We were watching Oblivion on one of his new TVs, and it has extended dynamic range. And he's like, "Watch what's going to happen. There's going to be an explosion, and you're going to feel hot.
Oh, that's
Like,
cool.
You're going to feel heat.
Yeah.
It's not because the TV is radiating heat at me. It's because that."
It's basically like if they
it was
show
so
sun, you'll
incredibly
squint
bright.
at the sun.
Yeah,
I
it was
thought it was
so.
because there was heat.
No, they
in
weren't
your
like
chair.
blasting heat at me. It was so much brighter than a regular
See in your
TV
chair.
in that moment that all of
That
us
was
were
like
like,
Stella- television.
No, but what you just described is the toothbrush. What you just described is exactly.
That's a gimmick.
It's exactly the innovation of the toothbrush, which is like, what if we abstracted this
Yeah,
thing
I get what
and
you're
put it over here?
But-
there it is.
can I relay a story, a moral debate? That
Are we at
occurred?
an hour yet? All right, good. I'm so close
done.
to having a burger.
I'm not hearing
I'm so
anything in my
close to
ear.
having a burger. Go
Anyone?
ahead. Go ahead. Let's hear your story.
We debated whether there was a lot of debate about the Michael Bay
gonna
clip,
take this out.
and we felt bad. Like at some point you feel bad. You watch it enough times, and you feel bad for the guy. Like he's obviously just
I didn't.
nervous and feels anxious.
You don't feel that bad.
And eventually I just said, You know who would just put this on the internet?
Somebody just said
Michael
this.
Bay.
Yeah.
Like it's like he would just what is this?
Your fire in your seat to keep warm.
I feel heat.
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
You should go look at Sony has extended dynamic range, Vizio has them.
Do you see?
I get it
I'm
now.
trying.
Get it.
We should end this.
Hold on a second. Nilay, you didn't answer the question. What's your favorite?
Yeah, what's your favorite-
thing?
Besides John Legier.
Yeah, no, please let's not talk about. Why did you?
Can I get deep? Can I get real deep?
I prefer you just work.
No, I was walking through the Samsung booth today, and I came to a realization about Samsung.
Yeah.
I was playing with. I was playing with a Galaxy Tab Pro.
They're the biggest curve maker in the world.
Yes, that is true.
Go on.
This 12-inch tablet that can like run like Android apps and like can run curve apps.
Have not thought of that term in a long time.
No, and I realized, yes, Samsung has no
You know what?
editor.
Actually, that's a good. Well,
It's a terrible term.
it's a great term.
Okay, it's bad on every
right.
level. Let's keep going.
We probably should do a roundup of those tomorrow.
What
I
was
mean, I
your
can't believe
realization?
we've done this whole show with like French fries sitting right
What
now.
was your realization?
Curve roundup tomorrow.
No, it's you know what?
Putting someone on it.
Samsung like epitomizes CS to me. They have no editor. They're like, we made a
Right.
TV that can bend this way and that way. It's like here's a tablet that can run apps in Windows, which no one has ever asked for. Here's a watch. Here's a home theater system you didn't want, and it's great. Like Samsung is a company that is constantly proving to the world that they can have weird to bad ideas and then
And
turn
do
them into
that.
products and sell them.
but you know,
right?
once in a while, one of those bad ideas is a good idea.
And they hit. And I
Is this what your favorite thing is? The Samsung booth?
No, it's basically just CS, and Samsung epitomizes CS in a
That's
way
true.
that few other companies here do. Right? They're just trying stuff. And if you remember, like 3 years ago, Intel and Microsoft were here just trying stuff. They're just doing weird stuff. And the only company here,
What was 3 years? What?
3 years ago, was like millions of
Are
weird.
we really
tablets.
are we
Yeah.
spelunking back to 3 years ago?
No, I'm just saying.
I just
I'm
remember
very.
when they
years
did
ago
that
was
weird of stuff.
2010,
Here's what I
2011.
and I.
Ultrabooks?
Have you seen as many
Android tablets.
But
let's
you've
say why
seen as
not.
many gigantic Samsung phones here as I have.
Yeah.
Everyone here is carrying a note.
A lot of people are carrying Samsung.
Every executive I meet with is
I
carrying
know.
a note, not an iPhone.
I
I think
know.
that's wild. And it's because they have gigantic screens.
It's because of
And
screen size. It's
and
not-
They don't
I'm
like
not
the
convinced it's
software.
because of
they don't
software.
like anything.
I
and
think
it's like
that it
Samsung
is-
just hit on this idea that people want big screens by accident, but they hit on them. Do you want?
Oh my God!
You want some weirdness?
Well, this is odd.
Vlad?
You have very strong hands.
Vlad.
I want you to sanitize them after that.
I don't ever wanna
I don't
touch
know where
anything
these
again.
shoes. I don't know where these shoes have been. I know one place they've been. In your sweet hands.
Can this bourbon clean things?
I don't think that's
We're
not-
done. Whatever. Samsung is CS. CS is Samsung. People do weird shit here, and I love it.
So wait, what's your product of the
It's
show?
Samsung.
The Pebble.
What?
He's like, I had a realization of Samsung, and
No.
it's like 20 minutes later, what's your product? Well, I like that Pebble watch.
No, I had like a weird Samsung moment.
So how do you
today.
feel about the Galaxy Pro?
Like, why am I
Galaxy
touching
Tab
anything
Pro?
else?
I don't know.
The Galaxy Pro is just another Samsung tablet.
No, the Galaxy Pro is Samsung just kerfing Windows Phone as hard as it
Honestly,
can.
I have to say, if there is a person,
Perfing twice.
if there's a person who's watched this podcast, this video,
What did I say earlier?
This video podcast.
You've made a mistake.
If there's a person who's watched this all the way through and was like, I enjoyed that, I'd like to see another one of those.
There's so many of them.
That person is sick and they need help. They need the help that only
This is my fault, isn't
that
it?
only an expert, a mental health expert, can provide. And I want
Is
them
this
to
my
get it.
fault?
Okay, that's the Vergecast.
This is
Joanna,
my
thank
fault.
you so much for joining us.
I've ruined everything.
It was really wonderful to have you, and I have to say, enlightening on several levels.
It does not sound like that.
You've made a lot of
It's true.
mistakes.
It
We'll
does
be
not
back
sound like
tomorrow, allegedly, for the will it be our final Vergecast? Thursday?
No,
What do we
Friday.
do? We do a Friday? No, we don't. No, we don't. Thursday's our final Vergecast. Because
Oh, thank
Friday,
God.
Friday the show basically is over. And
Michael, do we have any hand sanitizer?
here we do.
Yes.
Buckets of it.
Can I
we
have
have
it
warm
right now?
French
Are there,
fries?
hey, are those the
Can I have
rubber
it
stuff still in
sooner?
there? Okay, good.
Is there
I mean,
French
there's
fries
like
that are
paint
warm?
thinner over there. How is it that we have a bucket of like a jar of paint
cool.
thinner but not
It's
hand
cool.
sanitizer over there?
What about
look at
warm
that.
French fries?
Yes.
I love this shot.
I just
by
touched
the
the
way.
man's
It's my favorite,
shoes.
my favorite shot that we have. That's the Vergecast. We'll be back tomorrow with the final CES.
It was a high five.
You don't want to high five those hands.
Surprise 5.
That was a surprise hit in the head.
Thanks for watching. And as always, I wish you and your family the very best, even though they are all going to be brushing their teeth with the Bluetooth.
Oh, God.
Rock and roll.
Paul! Paul!